classroom, it's got to be in the student's hands, including something like the smart board. We've got some podcasting. You'll see what that is in the section coming up. Blogging, multiple intelligences, and video-based projects. Kind of all these different things that focus on this idea of expanding literacies. All right, so let's transition here a little bit. Alana's going to come up and talk about what does it mean to learn in this type of a classroom, the flat-flipped, mastery-based classroom.
Okay, so in our classroom, it requires skills to help you in the real world, and it's not just memorizing like vocabulary or stuff like that. We still write essays, and we have critical thinking questions, and we still work on the content that Jeffco has set up for us. We work on skills that emphasize the standards. And some of the roles in the classroom that we work on is the researcher, technology user and expert, thinker and sense maker, world changer and self-teacher.
Okay, so a little bit about what is a flat classroom. You've probably seen this term kind of out there a little bit. Basically this idea that knowledge is not always flowing from the teacher to the students. It's more of a partnership with the teacher as the coach and kind of some teamwork going on.
So the teacher is a facilitator, and they're to help guide you. And they set up learning experiences for you. And technology plays a big role, and we have a lot of computers that we watch podcasts on and do a lot of stuff on there. And the teacher is there to coach and guide you, to help goal setting and answer questions. They're a learning designer and a content provider.
day. Here's kind of like our agenda. We start out and with 5 minutes of reading at the beginning of the class with a book of choice, and it's supposed to be kind of challenging and something that we enjoy. And then Mr. Macy, we kind of have a check-in with him to make sure that we're kind of on task and we know what we're going to be doing that day. And then the rest of the stuff here, down here, is just stuff that students will be doing during the class period, whether it's writing or you could be reading out of the book that we're reading, and you could watch podcasts. Sometimes we have quizzes and stuff like that. So this is just kind of stuff that we're doing in class during the day so that we don't waste time just being talked at by the teacher where we can do that at home. And then the physical structure of the classroom. Our classroom is not set up with a teacher and students, kind of like how it is today. But rather than like this, where we have different sets of tables set up so that students can work in a group if they're comfortable like that, or if they work better independently. We have single desks set up. We're very fortunate to have, I think, 12 computers in our room, so students can access podcasts very easily if they don't have the ability to do that at home. And we do have a smart board, which is very useful as well. And the quizzes that you have, we use those to take quizzes and such. So we have a lot of technology, and we're very lucky to have all that stuff so that we can be able to have this flipped classroom set up. And then if we go onto the website, on this screen, we have a few different, that's the other thing. So this is the German Teaching and Learning website, where if you scroll up here, it's under podcasts, is where we are right here. And this is where you can go to look for whichever podcast you're assigned to view by a certain date. And they're not all done by Mr. Macy. One of the other English teachers, Mr. Corbo, also does some of the podcasts as well, going back to the teachers not the most knowledgeable source. So if Mr. Corbo knows more about one subject, he can make a podcast on that, or other way around with Mr. Macy. So this is a podcast that we're going to watch a couple seconds of Mr. Corbo, so you can kind of get an idea of what it's like to be watching one of these podcasts.
How does it mean something? I think we all have our own truths about those meanings. But I'm here to tell you that some of them are more correct than others, and hopefully these methodologies in this section of podcasts are going to help you to understand what this thing is. It will demystify it a little bit for you. May not make it any easier, but certainly will give you a framework by which you can operate. Okay? So hang with me, get yourself together, make sure you have something that you can take notes with today. I will be uploading a set of questions that you'll see later on in this podcast, and I'd like you to understand that you don't have to write down every question that you're going to see here later on, but